or what. But when I first started studying Qigong back in the early 90s, one of my teachers, uh, Gabrielle, um, taught us certain series. Then I made up cartoons of them written, drew them out, and I haven't taught them much. But last time we did one of them, and this time we'll do another one. So the name of this is Return. No, that was last time was Return to Spring. This one is the Japanese Crane series, which I don't know why it's called that. Because there's only like one crane movement, and the Japanese weren't big into Qigong. So I don't know why it's called that, but that's what it's called. And it's 18 movements, and some of them you already know. Okay. And in my opinion, there doesn't seem to be much of a logic to how they're put together. But I don't question it. I think some things you don't question. This is how it's always been done. So we'll do it. And if you want to change it, that's fine. And as always, if you just want to do number 3, 7, and 12, yeah, it's fine. Okay. So so if any of you studied Tai Chi, there's also another series called Tai Chi Qigong, which Tai Chi actually is a form of Qigong. The whole move, the whole 108 moves. But then someone has put together a series of Tai Chi movements as Qigong. We can do that sometime too. The reason I mention it is because the first one of this series is a Tai Chi movement. Okay, why don't we just loosen up the whole system here. And what I've taken to doing lately is sort of doing some of these loosening up exercises while doing Trembling Mountain. No, I'm really like rolling the shoulders, circling the shoulders, because I'm just my body tends to store stress up here. I think a lot of us do. So I do that one a lot. There's also a form of Qigong. Let's just slow this down, where the movements. Well, let's just do sort of. Well, let's do cloud hands. So we know the movements of cloud hands, but you in at the same time we do that, we do a slow motion bouncing. This isn't one I've studied a lot, but I have practiced it and seen it. And so just as you do the cloud hands, it's a very slow bouncing. And it can kind of be a heartbeat sort of rate or a breathing rate, but it brings another dimension to these movements. And of course, it's also more of a workout. Okay, so I think you get the idea. And so then let's go to opening the chest. As long as the feet are rooted, this is Qigong. And then even, so that's left and right. So okay. So you can try that with your practice if you want to. I don't know what that's called, but I do have some familiarity with it. And then rocking the pelvis. Okay, and circling the hips. And then the other direction. Okay, very good. And now balance exercises. Okay. Oh, Japanese Crane's Qigong. I'll just explain this a little. So this is the opening movement of Taiji, and so this particular pose is just this standing position one. This is called Wu Ji, which means before the beginning, because we're about to begin the series, and this is before the beginning. But it's deeper than that because it's before separation of yin and yang. And one of my teachers called it before the Big Bang, before the manifestation of form. Okay. Okay. So it goes like this. So sitting down, rising up, in breath, out breath. So that the hands are in the begging dog, come up to shoulder height, and then back down. And this is establishing stillness and movement and up and down, verticality. In breath up, out breath down. So, and this is an embodiment of what I was mentioning before about bouncing while doing the movements. So. Yeah, eyes follow the hands. And we're establishing this connection from the earth. That was the hands go up through the body and then out the top of the head into the cosmos and then back down. This is called drawing up from the earth. It's the beginning. It's bringing up the ancestral chi, the earth chi. Okay. Let's do two more. Okay. And between each one, just touch back into standing mountain or standing one. Okay. So this is called opening to the world. So come up. One, two, three, four. Two, three, four. In breath, out breath, in breath. So at your own pace. Okay, let's do one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, next one, holding the rainbow. And so we're going to shift to the right and then shift to the left. And then as we do this, we're going to rise and fall, rise and fall, rise and fall. So move with your breath and stretch a little bit when you turn. Let's do one more on each side. Okay, the next one can be done with slowly or with some vigor. That's called circling arms to separate clouds. So the hand movements would begin here, up, down, up, down. It's not unlike flying cranes, but it's done with a little more vigor. So in breath, out breath, in breath, circling arms to separate clouds. Let's do a couple more. Okay. Okay, so this one, next one we've done. It's called gathering chi from behind. So you notice up until this point, it's been up and down and left and right. So now it's bringing in the So we have the both hands out, and then we're gonna turn. We're gonna dip and turn. So we turn and sink the knees, and that's what moves. That's what moves the arm. The turning the hips and sinking down. Okay, let's do a couple more on each side. This next one, I don't think I've ever taught, at least not for years, but it's quite beautiful. And you know, many of these movements have poetic names. So poetry was a big part of this, um, poetry and visualization um, was a big part of the Qigong early on. So first I'll show you the movement. So this is a left and right movement. So it's just, okay, so easy enough. The name of this is Sage Presents a Peach. So you're the sage and you're holding a peach and you're presenting it. So as only a sage can. So you're just going to present the peach. Okay, so it's a peach, so it has to be held gently, but still held. So there's a sense that the hand is holding something. Sage presents a peach. So you're giving this peach, maybe putting it in someone's basket or in someone's hand. Very gentle movement. Okay, a couple more on each side. Can you kind of feel that peach? So the fuzziness, the succulent quality. Sage presents a peach. Okay. Okay, next one we have done. It's turning the body to look at the moon. So it's starting out here, so I'm holding the basket. And lift the shoulder, lift the shoulder, lift the heel, gradually increase, the movement. And you're moving behind the body. You're watching your hands. They're kind of like birds doing their own thing. You're just turning the waist, shifting the weight. Again, the hands keep going up. When they get up quite high, so we envision the full moon between the hands. And that's a moment of stillness. The moon is to the right, the moon is to the left. It's impermanent. It's not in one place. Now, the moon is the symbol of awakening. So at the still point, the highest point of the movement, there's the moon. Okay, let's reduce the movements. Much of the breathing, with whole body breathing that we practice, breathing, imagining breathing and feeling breathing through different body parts. So this is called breathing through the palms. Okay, so one hand up. Breathe in through the palm. Breathe out. Breathe in through the palm. Breathe out through the palm. Okay. And now other one. Now you can put a little body English into this. So you're crossing the body a little bit with the hand. And do it a few times. And then switch. You want to feel and imagine breathing through the palm. Rock back a little when you breathe in, and then forward a little when you breathe out. Okay, very good. Okay, next one is cloud hands, just the usual way. So maybe you can sense a connection between the palms. You've been breathing through the palms, and now the palms are kind of communicating with each other a little bit. And as always, if you want to make this movement a little bigger or more exuberant, that's fine. If you want to keep it more contained, however you want to do cloud hands. Okay, let's do a few more. Okay, very good. Now the next three are a little different. We're going to do them each one on the left side. And after we've done all three, then we're going to do them again on the right side. Okay, so the first one, so you want maybe point your left foot a little bit, angle it a little bit, is looking at the sky and touching the sea. And so first we go up, we look up, looking at the sky, and then we come down, and then we sink down on the back leg. Actually, step out a little with your left foot, it'll be easier. And then, as if we're going to tie our shoe, and cross your wrists, and then come back up, looking at the sky, sink down. So your hands are crossing at your ankle somewhere, looking at the sky, touching the sea. Eyes look up, sink down. One teacher says, like tying your shoe. You're putting your foot out and tying your shoe. Okay, a couple more. Okay, back to center. The next one, I think we've done this maybe a couple times. So this is called the ocean wave. And we're going to do it left and right, but I'll just demonstrate at the beginning. So we're going to come in breath and step back, sit back, and then the hands make a wave. Sit back, the hands make a wave. Okay. So now we're going to do it to the left. Okay. So we sit back on the back leg and we make the hand, the begging dog, forward, and then make the wave, and then sit back, drop the elbows, extend a little, sit back. This is wonderful to do at the beach, the ocean, with the waves in front of you. The ocean wave, sit back, reach out, but there's a curling of the hands. So that weighted leg, the right leg, the knee bends. You sit down on it, and then you push off from it. Ocean wave. Okay, let's do a couple more. Okay, good. Very good. Okay. Seagull spreads its wings. So we'll do this to the left also. So we're gonna sit back and the hands come out. And then as we go forward, the hands go together. So we're just opening, close. It's exactly the same from the waist down as ocean wave. It's actually pretty much the same as looking at the sky touching the sea too. So seagull spreads its wings. Okay, couple more. Okay, so that's a series of 3. And now we'll go to the right. So we'll start with looking at the sky and touching the sea. So we're gonna sit back, and then as we go forward, we're gonna cross our hands by our ankle. Look at the sky, touch the sea. With the breath. So the hands are doing this at the ankle. Okay. Okay, let's do a couple more. Okay. Very good. Come down, and now you maintain the same foot position and the ocean wave. In breath. The push is the out breath. Sit back. Okay, and you can just segue into crane spreads its wings. So movement's the same. The waist, below the waist. So seagull spreads its wings. Okay, let's do a couple more. Okay, very good. So those are the ocean ones. Okay, dragon emerges from the sea. This is punching. So this is very much the martial arts part of this. But from Qigong, this is a release of Qi. So we're going to sit down in horse stance and bring up the fists, that palms up. And then we'll start with your dominant hand. So you don't just send the hand out, you're going to turn and punch and then withdraw. Okay. And then the other hand, you wind up, punch, turn, withdraw. Okay. And when you punch, you stand up. So punch, when you withdraw, you sit down. Punch, withdraw. 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 Okay, one more on each side. So wind up, punch, withdraw. Punch, withdraw. Very good. Now we move into flying cranes, and we'll just do just the basic flying cranes. So in breath, sink, make a basket. In breath, out. And repeat at your own pace. Eyes follow the hands. So the hands, the arms are very expressive. So they go way out and then they come back to the lower dantian. Very open and then concentrated. Now the eyes, when the eyes are looking up or out, we're expansive. When the eyes are looking down and in, we're concentrated. Okay, let's do a couple more and reduce the movement. Okay, good. Next one we've done, not for a while though. Crane walks the riverbank. And so the arm movements, you start with your dominant, up, and then down and behind you, and then the other one. And then both at once. So they should be balancing each other. Okay, that's the arm movements. And then the legs, so we'll start double, we'll shift the weight and lift the leg, put it down, shift the weight, lift. So walking. Okay. Now just like walking. So we'll lift the left arm and the right leg. right arm and left leg. This is natural. And move with your breath. You can rise up as the leg comes up and then sit down. So there's a little bit of bouncing. Okay, very good. One more on each side. Now you can do this and actually walk. We're doing it in place, but you can actually go somewhere. Okay, and the last one is Earth's fragrance drifts up. So one, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. Let's do a couple more. Okay, let's go ahead and bring up our stool. Okay, let's take a few more breaths. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and clap one time. 1, 2, 3. This is Qigong. There are schools of Qigong that involve a lot of self-massage, which I've studied some. I've practiced a little, but not to teach it. But this is very much a part of Qigong because we're affecting the energy of the body. So that's by way of Gabriella Byers from the Madison Tai Chi Center, circa 1994, maybe. Okay. Check the kidneys. Thank you so much for your practice. Thank you for showing up. And thank you to those who tune in on YouTube as well. Have a good night. If you'd like to stay for a conversation, I will be here.
Thank you, Stephen. Have a good night.
Thank you.